What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and with the rise of Skywalker, it seems like whatever it is, whether it's the movie itself, whether it's the novelization that was forced to try to come up with all of these fixes for the numerous plot holes, whether it's people talking about the development of it, whether it's Kathleen Kennedy talking about it, or, like we see here, behind-the-scenes footage, it seems to just get more and more embarrassing for Disney Star Wars. So let's take a look at this picture right here, which does come from the Rise of Skywalker behind-the-scenes documentary. A copy of Chuck Wendig's Aftermath in the corner of Chris Terrio's desk. Chris Terrio, who is the co-writer with J.J. Abrams for The Rise of Skywalker. And whoever this is, that's great eyes that they were able to see that. Now, the Chuck Wendig Aftermath books is far and away one of the worst parts of Disney Star Wars, and a terrible way for them to start the Disney Star Wars, that new expanded universe that they want to call it, which is really the Star Wars explanatory universe, because they have to explain away all the plot holes that the movies create. But it's embarrassing that that's even a part of Disney canon, to be quite honest. And it is good eyes from whoever saw that. You can see right there it is an Aftermath book. But something I wanted to talk about was what's on top of that book. And it goes to show you that everything we've been saying, if you think it's a coincidence that so many of these plot points are lifted from the expanded universe, if you still are under the impression that they're not taking these things and bastardizing them to use as their own, here should be all the proof you need. So let's go through it and take a look. So you can see that's as far as I can zoom in right here, but you can see there is a book right there. Now it's tough to tell what book is on top of the Aftermath book. It's pretty blurry. We can't really enhance. This isn't a movie or a TV show, but I'll even overlay it further so you can take a look at it. Now, it's tough to tell exactly what this book is, but there's one thing that is very, very clear. There is a Legends banner on it. That yellow thing on top of the book is clearly a Legends banner, the old expanded universe. That thing that in 2014 they decided to throw away was no longer canon. They no longer wanted to use it. They wanted to go their own way, make their own stories. Get out of here, expanded universe. But it's really funny that we can see this so clearly right next to Chris Terrio when they're developing the story for The Rise of Skywalker. Because I could have sworn that Kathleen Kennedy said something about no source material. There's no source material. We don't have comic books. This article's from Bounding Into Comics, and I'm just using it to get this quote right here. Every one of these movies is a particularly hard nut to crack. There's no source material. We don't have comic books. We don't have 800-page novels. We don't have anything other than passionate storytellers who get together and talk about what the next iteration might be. Well, of course, we have covered in depth on this channel the parts of Dark Empire that were directly stolen as the plot points for The Rise of Skywalker. But this right here, this book right here, I think is going to confirm something that I said back in August of last year when I first started my channel. If I pull this image up here, which I have zoomed in so you can see a little better, this is the book that I'm about 99% sure this is. Obviously, it's still blurry, but that is definitely it. You can tell by the pictures, you can tell by the red square, you can tell by the color. This is The Last Command, which is the third book in the Thrawn trilogy, one of the most beloved parts of the Star Wars expanded universe. One of the things people were so upset when they decanonized it and threw it away. And it seems to me that young YouTube me, back when I was in a different background and I was a little less confident, had something to say about my reaction to the Rise of Skywalker trailer that reminded me of this book. So take a look right here. And then we saw a fleet of, dozens and dozens of old school Imperial Star Destroyers just sitting there, not moving. Didn't seem like they were necessarily active, so is this a fleet that's been hidden away? All I could think of when I saw that was the Katana Fleet. The Katana Fleet is originally referenced in the Thrawn trilogy, which, if you haven't checked out the Thrawn trilogy, you should. It's a great way to get into the expanded universe. But it was about 200 dreadnought warships that were lost for decades in space. No one knew where they were. And they were just sitting out there, waiting to be found again and to be used by someone. So that's what it made me think of. So there you have it. All the way back August of last year, I saw that. That reminded me of exactly that. And now the fact that this book is sitting right next to Chris Terrio is basically all the confirmation we should need that that's where they got this storyline from. That is the problem, guys, and that's what I've been saying. That's what so many of us have been saying, that they are just taking bits and pieces of things that have already been written and bastardizing them, making them worse, and giving us this absolutely garbage Disney Star Wars content. If you don't believe it, if you don't believe that that's what they're doing, I don't know what else I can tell you. I literally have a Legends copy, an EU copy of a book that has a plot point that they used in The Rise of Skywalker sitting right next to one of the writers for The Rise of Skywalker. And like I said, everything that comes out about this movie just keeps getting worse and worse. But that's what Disney Star Wars is. That's what Lucasfilm deserves for what they have done to Star Wars, to this brand. It's disgusting. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Do you think this is all the proof that anyone should need, that they are continuing to steal stories from the things that they said they didn't want, that Kathleen Kennedy said didn't exist? It seems pretty clear to me, but I want to know your thoughts. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.